So apparently we're about to go live, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck, have fun with the final 16. So, concept of this is the same as the TMGL final. Each round consists of 2 lappers, and people have to win 2 consecutive 2 lappers to secure that position. Top 8 of that phase moves on to the next phase, then top 4 of the next phase moves on to the final 4, where everyone gets to pit against each other to decide the top 4. And we're underway, ladies and gentlemen, with the final 16. First up with Bumpy Jumpy by Tona. Massa taking the whole shot after the first checkpoint. No, it is Grenady from less than 100th of a second in front of his fellow compatriot Tween up into 3rd place. At the present moment, Yannick's down in last place right now at the start of the map. Oh, Matt making a mistake early on, so he's down in P15 alongside Yannick's in the bottom half of the field. Coming up in to watch Scrappy from Lazarus, who touches the inside wall at the first U-turn, and that's not looking good for Massa as well, who was looking to be pretty consistent, but unfortunately for Massa, he's made a mistake. He's down in P15, as a matter of fact. Who we got on the bind? Stofalt, Mutta, Yannick, Scrappy, Cap, and Tween. We do have our boy again! Oh, Mutta touching the outside wall, so Mutta down in P13. Yeah, we're going to be here for a while, Witty. We're definitely going to be here for ages. Yeah, Mutta down in last place behind Matt as we're coming to the identity, coming with Tween, who's leading the race. Hello. Tween, lap 1, first place, coming into the first, coming to the end of the first lap, and Tween is taking charge, heading into the final lap. Pete's on this way. Oh, with the Piz. The Piz. Oh, gotta love the Piz, don't you? Slovak boy! Come on, Marek! P13 for, oh, Mutta. Oh, Mutta's not had the good start here. Yeah, Tween leading convincingly by around 3/10 over Grenady. Then we got Evan and Scrappy battling for 3rd, and Yannick's in 5th place. So Yannick's looking good as well, at least on this early part of the race. Riolu in P13 alongside Chalik. Oh, there were mistakes among some of the top contenders. Mutta has retired, ladies and gentlemen. The firm favorite to make it to TMGL has just retired his car. That is definitely not good looking. Riolu down in P14, Link in P13, so there might be quite a bit of a shift in the rankings of OGL players at the end of the final phases. We're gonna have to see how this goes. Identity coming up right now for the final time in this first run through Bumpy Jumpy. First jump nicely done, second jump nicely done as well, third jump nicely done as well, and Tween should have this in the bag, and he will win the round ahead of Evan. No, I say that, and the Jinx hits super hard. Oh, I feel bad right now, and he will be finishing down in P13. Oh no. Oh no, no. I didn't want to do this, but apparently he did it anyway. But Scrappy takes the round, and he will be moving into finalist mode for the first time. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it, Philip. I didn't mean to do it. I did not hit him. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Grenady again with a hole shot. Cap with a super sluggish landing at the exit of the ice. Oh, Dark and Chalik, the Underworld players are not looking good at all either. So, yeah, pretty inauspicious start for the French boys out there. 3 of the 6 French boys are down the leaderboard. Meanwhile, there's another French boy that's currently well up, battling with Tween and Scrappy. Again, Tween with a pretty solid start overall. And it is Link battling also with Bren, who's joining his fellow countrymen, and Super Calo. So we've got 3 French boys into the top 6, at least, with Evan throwing a monkey wrench into the plans of 3 players in the top 5. Oh, this is looking pretty spicy. Let's actually check in on Super Carlouf here. I don't have to rely on the scoreboard. I can basically click on the left-hand side. Thank you, Base Totem. I wish it was available in more modes, to be fair. First jump, let's actually see from the perspective of Super Carlouf battling with Riolu, catching back up to the Frenchman. And Scrappy pulling away from the rest of the field. Oh, as I say that, he lands on the top of the, at the top of the bump road and the sausage road, and he will be demoted down to P9. Tween having a bit of a slow exit out of the ice part, but no biggie. He still remains himself in, keeps himself into the top 8. Evan, Brennan, Link, 1, 2, 3 with Super Carlouf in the top 4. It's 3 French players into the top 5 and 1 Belgian player into the top 5, but not the one you were expecting. Dofal from Autoworld is currently battling for at least 5th place with Super Karloff and the Tween, and Massa also coming in to make a 4-way fight for 4th position right now, with Super Karloff currently holding set 4th place. Link and Brand battling for P2, with Evon trying to make a run for freedom at the front for Poland, for Team Secret, coming up to the identity now. First jump nicely done, second jump nicely done as well, third jump, Link going a bit too high maybe. Will that cost him against Bren in the long run? No, he manages to keep it, and Evon will win in front of Link and Bren in the top 3, and Tween will finish in the top 8 in the end. Evon and Scrappy will be your first 2 finalists at the end of the first 2 rounds. Third round on Bumpy Jumpy, completing this initial run on the map from Tona. Until 15% soon who wins. I don't think we're going to go until that long. I don't think we're going to be deciding positions. It's going to be set in stone with what the server decides maybe. Matt having made a mistake early on, he's down in 16th position. Riolo and Link having touched the outside of the dirt, so they're down quite a bit compared to the lead group. Let's actually check in on our man. He's taking the temporary lead, or actually battling for the lead with Mutta and Scrappy as well as Dark. Massa in the top 5 alongside Grenady, Evon, and Cap. It's still a really tightly knit group at the moment, aside from P14, 15, and 16. Cap having made a bit of a mistake right this particular instance, down in P12. Yannick has made a mistake as well, so he's down in P15. Whoa, Tween has had a really slow freewheel section, so he's down in P11, P12, P13, battling for P12 with Link and Riolu. Coming up to the identity now, coming back to the leaders. Oh, Chalik, as soon as I switch to his camera, he heads first into the wall and he is dead. Meanwhile, Scrappy and Grenady are battling for the lead. The wheelman from Germany is keeping the Belgian honest heading into the final lap of this third round. Super Karloff, Dark, and Bren, the 3 Frenchies in 3rd, 4th, and 5th respectively, but the order is waiting to change, with Bren with a superb ice section moving through into 3rd place. Scrappy could be on his way to secure himself into the final 8 right now and take a bit of a power nap whilst the top 8 gets decided. Grenady in 2nd, not looking too bad either. Bren in 3rd place, 4th place for Super Karloff, and Dark has made a huge mistake, dropping himself down to 10th position, and Super Karloff has made another mistake as well. The 3rd place driver from France is down in 12th right now, so not looking super good, I must say. Tween also having a bit of a rocky time on this round, so he's down in P11 compared as he got overtaken by Cap Evon right now. Don't talk about Scrappy now, thanks. Yep, but we're gonna be specking Mother actually with the identity coming up right now. Bren having overtaken Grenady for P2. Bren potentially could deny. Scrappy, first jump done. Oh, sketchy landing from Mudda. Second jump nicely done with a bit more speed. Third jump nicely done as well. Scrappy retaining the lead for now. Final jump through the tree and the hill. Oh, Grenady, what happened there? Scrappy secures his place into the next phase. What happened to Grenady though? He basically landed on the inside of the sausage road, and then he basically just yeeted himself off the map towards the end of the lap. Okay, are we live? Can you not? Hey, everyone's moving, let's go! Okay, we're back live with Semirami's by table and Firestorm. Oh my god. The waiting time for that. Massa, Yannick, and Tween taking the first 3 places, but Tween, no, touching the inside. That's not gonna be good for our man, no. And Matt's made a huge respawn as well, so they're both dead in the water. Default, Yannick and Dark, 1, 2, 3. You don't see who has wins. Oh no, that means Evon has had a reset of his final status as well. Dark touching the inside, so that's going to be game over for him. Evon in P12, so that's going to be game over for him as well. Bren up front with Mutta, battling for the 2nd position with Grenady and Riolu. Super Karloff and Link in 5th and 6th. Massa and Cap in 7th and 8th. Massa, actually Cap way farther behind than he would like to be. Massa behind Tween at the present moment, so he's down in P9. Tween up into P8 towards the end of lap 1 with the identity coming up. Let's actually go back towards the front of the field with Bren convincingly leading this race. Grenady touching the CP, so that's game over for him. Bren will lead in the final lap with Mutta and Riolu in 2nd and 3rd. Super Karloff in P4. Link in P5, Cap in P6, Tween back up into 7th after his early mistake. Massa in P8, Grenady having made a huge mistake, he's down in 10th at the moment. Matt up into P11. Chalik, Default, and Dart, the 3 Outer World drivers, are not looking good at all as they made quite some quite severe mistakes in this round. Super Kaluf has made a huge mistake as well. He's down in P8, so Tween is up into P6. Meanwhile, Bren and Mutta, the battle for the lead is actually pretty hot right now between these two. One is an actual native Australian, the other one spent some time in Australia as part of his studies. You can guess, I'll let you guess which one of these two are, but yeah, Bren now back in France since July this year. Going through the identity for the second time in this run. Bren looking pretty solid in the lead. Final corner coming up, and Bren should be able to hold the lead and take himself to finalist status with that run with a 2:19.371. Mutta in second place and Link in P3. Bren will move through to finalist status. And it was apparently a test round. No, they were talking about Massa. Okay, Evon is... Okay, apparently Evon is indeed finalist. Evon is indeed finalist according to Softy, so... Yeah, if Evon wins this next round, he will be put as a winner, and he will still be through to the top 8. So the finalist status is being acknowledged by Softy, even though the game cannot really say that because it has been fully reset. But Bren could be in with a spot of the finalist at the final 8 as well. Meanwhile, Real has made a huge mistake, so he's respawned quite a bit. Dofald as well has made a huge mistake, so we got 2 people down already. Massa, Cap, and Mutta 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. Coming to our man Tween, who's currently sitting in 4th position. Cap taking the lead away, still retaining the lead from Mutta. Massa in P3. Then we got Bren back up into the top fight. The battle for the lead right now. The battle is super close. It's a battle for the 8 drivers within 2/10. Coming to the identity for the first time in this second run of Semiramis. Tween is looking good through there. Mutta, Massa, and Tween 1, 2, 3. Cap went from 1st to 4th in the space of a few checkpoints. Heading into the final lap, Bren up into P5. He's trying to get that first place and trying to get that win in the books. Meanwhile, Mutta tries to catch up to and try to repair maybe the damage from the previous rounds where he couldn't actually get a round done in the proper position. Massa, though, having a bit of another word, taking the lead over from the Australian. Cap up into P3, battling for P2 with the Australian. Oh, Mutta forced to lift. That allows both Evon and Tween to pass him. Evon coming back from nowhere up into a P3 position, looking to get a round win as well. He knows he's still in finalist status, with that status being acknowledged by SoftTV. So if there is a round win from Evon this round, he will be in the final 8 phase next up. Onto the identity for the final time in this second run of Semiramis. Tween going aggressive, trying to get as much speed as he can. Second jump, it is nicely cleared from pretty much everyone. Third jump, oh, Evon fails it. Tween versus Massa. Will Tween be able to make it? Yes, Tween overtakes Massa at the final corner and wins to put himself in finalist status with a 2:19.203. Marek has done a really good round this time around, and he has done some really solid time with that low 2:19. He is in finalist status alongside Bren. One of those need to win to get themselves into the final 8, alongside Evon, as well as Evon. Sorry, Scrappy, having left the server, taking the time maybe to relax a little bit. Bren and Tween. Breen. Craig Breen. There you go. That's the mixture. I always tend to mix up 2 names. Now there's your mix-up name, Breen, which basically resumes to Craig Breen, which is a rally driver, by the way. Oh, Chalik making a mistake touching the outside wall. Cap has making a mistake as well. Brett is dead. Tween basically just needs to win this one. Gonna go back with our man. He's currently leading in front of Massa, Grenady, and Mutta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mutta taking 3rd place away from Evon. Evon also, that could be a 2-way fight for a win between Tween and Evon if they both get their act together. identity coming up. Massa taking the lead over from Tween. Mudda also trying to go very aggressive. Super Kalouf not also going really aggressive, trying to make some work, trying to get some positions up. So far, Massa currently holding the lead from Tween, heading into the final lap of this third round on Semiramis with a 1:11.045 as the opening lap. Currently, Dark holds the fastest lap in the final game mode, at least for Semiramis, with a 1:07.843. Tween up into second place still. Mudda and Evon in third and fourth. This is going to be a super tense battle for the top position. Chalik having made a huge mistake as is down the leaderboard. Matt is dead. Bren is dead. Cap is dead. Yannick's a bit too far to be of any threat. Evon has made a mistake, so he's down in P6 whilst we were talking about that. Mudda overtaking Tween for P2. Meanwhile, Massa looking pretty good. Mr. 305 looking pretty speedy and pretty consistent as well. He decided to potentially switch on his full focus fast win mode. Mudda and Tween still battling fiercely for P2. Coming to the identity for the final time on Semiramis on this first rotation of the map pack. We're gonna need more than one rotation, and Tween, that's done. So we might see another brand new finalist here between Mudda and Massa. But who will it be? It will be Massa, who takes himself to finalist with a time of 2:18.958. Solid round from here. And Mudda with the fastest lap with the 1:07.835 from the Australian. Carl in third place. Yeah, that was unfortunate. He had to give it his all. He's in final status. He can risk it after all. So, yeah, that was a valiant effort from Tween, but unfortunately, it didn't pay off. Now moving on to our third map, which is going to be Paradise by Table. This could be a map where Tween has a chance, actually. Paradise was one of those maps where actually Tween did some really solid performances overall in the season. As the game decides to do its own thing. Oh, thank you, Premec27H for the follow as well. Thank you very much. And thank you also, I saw Wheaty with the 1 bit and I missed your bit donation, by the way, half an hour ago. Philip with 5 bits. Thank you very much, guys. Very much appreciated. Okay, everyone is on the server. We should be able to be good to go right away and not have any technical pauses and whatnot and whatsoever. Please work. And it works. So we're live with round 1 out of 3 on Paradise by Table. Currently, we have 4 and not 3 players in finalist status. Those players being Massa, Brent, Tween, and Evon. Let's actually focus on the Polish player from Team Secret for a little bit, at least for the start of this round, shall we? Currently, right in the midfield, Mudda and Yannick having taken the first 2 checkpoints in first and second position with Super Kalif in P3 as well. You can see the people who are in finalist status in the game with the red tag on their name. Almost everybody clearing the jump, it seems like. No, Matt is the one forced to go through the safe way. So we're already down to a group of 14 players through the negative camber dirt corner. Tween not having made a brilliant exit out of there, so he's down in last place. Meanwhile, Yannick, Mudda, and Bren in the top 3, with Massa also coming back to the lead fight, coming up to the turnover section with the reactor boost right now. Massa taking the lead from Link, but not by much. Actually, Super Kalif snipes him for a thousandth of a second into the checkpoint with the free will section coming up. Let's actually see Brent. Oh, someone was dead. Who was it that dead? Yannick's dead. Yannick's being real dead. Actually, Dark dead. It was Dark that dead. Sorry. Super Kalif taking the lead away from Massa. Massa having made a huge mistake apparently, so he's down in P8. Coming to the identity now from the perspective of Grenady. Oh, Mudda going really close to the CP. Tween up into P3 with that supreme first identity. And now, Mudda in P1, Grenady in P2, Cap in P3, and Tween in P4. Evon in P5. None of the finalists are in contention. Only Evon and Tween are in contention for a win. Meanwhile, Bren is a bit too far, and Massa's dead. So, yeah, not really much happening in terms of the finalist management. Maybe Mudda or Grenady can get themselves finalists. Maybe Cap can as well. But we'll have to see how this goes on this second lap. Will anyone go too far right? No, everybody will clear the jump in the top 4. Second jump nicely cleared as well. Mudda and Grenady, 1 and 2, capping P3. Oh, that was a poor corner from Mudda. He slips from 1st to 5th in the space of a few corners. Everyone coming back into 3rd place past Tween here, with Cap and Grenady left to battle for a finalist status of their own. Coming up to the final part of the race with the identity, with the free wheel section coming up first. Moda catching back up to Tween for P4. Let's actually see the section of Tween. He had a really nice line through there. He goes for 204. Grenady and Evan have made mistakes, so he's up into P2 now, our man, with the identity left to run. Could he actually overtake Cap and snipe him at the line? We'll have to see. First wall ride. No! He touches the CP and Cap will be able to win the round unless there is a catastrophe happening for the Frenchman. No, Cap will be in finalist status in front of Evan and Grenady in that round, but no, that's a huge F for Tween here. The Pog went too early. Quintuple finalist. So 4 guys with a red name tag, but bear in mind that there should be one more with Evan after that reset kind of cucked him. Although his finalist status is indeed acknowledged by the Ubisoft Tadeo esports director, so if he does finish, if Evan does win a round, he will be through to the next phase. There are still 7 places to, there are still 7 spots left in the final 8 to decide. Only Strappy has secured his place in the final 8 phase. Everybody clearing the first jump, second jump. Pretty much cleared perfectly, except from Yannick, who had a really slow landing, so he's down in last place already. Meanwhile, Tween up into P4, and Brent taking the lead over Ryulu and Muda, trying to get his chance, prop up his chances of getting into the final 8 by taking charge of the round and fending off the attacks of Muda and Ryulu at the present moment. Massa, Tween, and Massa having made a huge mistake, so he will be down in P14 and P15 even, with Cap currently looking to be in P9, battling with the rest of the top 8 group. Coming on from Evan with the free wheel section here, 200 kilometers. Oh, that was Ryulu going too wide. Tween have had a really low speed as well coming out of that. Coming into the identity now, following the perspective of Muda in P2. Oh, Brent, that looks really good. Evan has made a huge mistake though, so he's down in P11. Bren will be heading into the final lap in the lead in front of Muda and Dofalt a bit further behind in P3. Then Karluf and Grenady in P4 and P5. Link, Dark, and Ryulu complete the top 8, and Tween currently sitting in 9th. Wait, did someone take his CP? No, I think it was because of the crossover roads. Oh, actually, there was someone who made a mistake a little bit further behind. It was Dofalt who made a huge mistake, so my eyes were not tricking me. There was someone who did the big yeet. Evan is not looking to be too hot as well, so Tween up into P4. Bren in the lead in front of Muda, Super Karluf, and Tween. Tween taking on the 2006 World Champion for P3. They're neck and neck, and Ryulu also in the mix, but as I say that, he touches the wall on the inside, and the double bonk is super painful here. And Yannick is moving back up into a battle for the 4th position right now, 3rd position even, with Dark, Tween, and Super Karluf right up the road. Meanwhile, the battle is super fierce between Muda and Bren, with a super good exit from Muda moving into the lead, into the free wheel skip, into the free wheel part. Bren retaking the lead though. Super Karluf in P3, Tween in P4, Tween in P5, sorry, with Dark up into P4, coming to the identity for the 2nd time in this run. Following Tween here. Oh, there was a mistake from Bren. Muda up into the lead, and he will get into finalist status as well. Carl has a slow exit compared to Tween, so Tween moves up to P2, and Muda takes the win with a 250.438. Tween up into P2. You missed basically a server restart that removed the finalist status from Evan, but he still is in finalist according to Softy. So we have 6 finalists. Only 1 player secured into the final 8, and still a lot of rounds to run. Witty, I told you weren't there when I say that, but apparently we are indeed playing to every single round to decide every single position. So yeah, you weren't that far off with your early guess. It was indeed that. Coming into the jump for everybody managing to clear it safely, although Link is forced to go through the safe way as he does fear that he hasn't enough speed to clear the 2nd jump. Muda and Cap are the 2 lowest placed finalists, meanwhile Bren and Massa are having a battle of their own for the lead right now. Tween in the midfield in P8 at the moment. Positions ever evolving, remember, when the players are packed like that. We had a mistake from one of the Outer World players. It was Dofalt who made the first mistake. Dark is still up in P3 right now, battling with Super Karluf, Evan, and Massa for P2. Evon coming out of left field. Oh no, that's a huge slow pick from Evon. That's an F from Evon right here, unfortunately. Bren in the lead in front of Dark and Super Karlouf. Tween up into P4, battling with Massa coming up to the identity. Bren managing to keep it off the wall, but slow exit, and Tween will take the lead before the final part of the identity, and he will take the lead as well. Not quite. Grenady taking the lead, heading into the final lap with a 127.315. Although Tween is having to have a word about it, and so does Super Karlouf, the 2006 World Champion, looking to get a point on the board here, and also put himself into finalist status. Right now, 2 non-finalists are in the top 2 with the first 2 players, with Mudda and Tween battling for 3rd position, and Bren in the top 5 as well. Dark in P6, Rilo and Massa complete your top 8. The only finalist to be in the bottom 8 right now is Cap. Bren. Evon has DNF'd, unfortunately. He has retired this round. Tween up into P2 after Mudda made a apparently Super Karlouf made a mistake, so the battle still rages on. Look at this. Remember, this is only the first phase. Yep. Reactor boost turnover. Tween for a bit of an aggressive line. Grenady retaining the lead, though. The German pulling off a really solid round so far. Oh, Brent trying to go a bit too tight. He touched the wall, so he's out. And Grenady has made a mistake as well, has a slow acceleration out of there. So Tween coming to the identity in the lead. We are in P2, Mudda and Massa in 3rd and 4th. Will Tween be able to secure himself a spot in the final 16? He managed to keep it off the wall. Will he be able to retain Mudda from taking P1? No! Yes, and Tween will make it through to the final 8. Mudda finishing in P2. Give it up for Marek, everybody. Don't forget to use the GG emote, GG Marek. Moving through to the next phase alongside Scrappy. There are still 6 spots to take for the final 8 and all the remaining positions to play. We're gonna be, as I said, we're gonna be here for freaking ever. So make sure to grab a piz, grab your piz or whatever it is that you have. Grab a snack, grab a drink, get yourself comfy for the final part of the TrackMania Grand League combined match for the fall 2020 season. Repping the black and gold of the Pittsburgh Knights, I'm your host, Thomas Mengozi, TrackMania Mengozi, of course. Thomas Mengozi, aka GGeek, and we're heading onto map number 4, which in this case is going to be Halfpipe by Kisla. TMGL winter season. Yeah, it feels like we're going to be there up until midnight, even though we started way earlier. Best TMGL map, best memeable TMGL map. I wish I could have made a meme trailer for the Grand League using this map with the Tony Hawk sound effects. That's one of the ideas that I didn't have the courage to do and didn't take the time to do, unfortunately. So we're gonna be heading into map number 4. We have after that, let's see. We have Circles and Starglide up next for a full rotation. We're not going to play just a single rotation through it, though. We're going to be playing until we have all positions decided. Here we go for Halfpipe by Kisla. You can literally hear the Tony Hawk sound effects right now. Well, there you go. You have the same vision that I have right now. So we are getting started with this 4th map of the rotation. 5 drivers in the finalist status right now, with Evon being the one that's not being indicated because of the server restart, but otherwise Evon is indeed in finalist status alongside Cap, Bren, Mudda, and Massa. Currently it is Cap who holds the lead in front of Tialek and Mudda. All 4 finalists are in the top 5 at the moment, with the only non-finalist being Tialek splitting the group of finalists right now, although it might not be for too long. Coming onto the dirt part right now. Bren having a bit of a rough time through there, getting overtaken by everybody. Dropping down to P10, heading into the double dip jump. Will anyone not have enough speed to clear the second jump? Let's see. Oh, Link clears it, but has a huge slowdown penalty, I think. And yes, he is indeed down in P13 right now. Mudda taking the lead from Tialek and Cap in 3rd place. Tialek actually battling with Mudda for the lead. So let's actually focus on the perspective of the Team Autoworld driver from France. Coming to the identity for the first time. Moving on to Grenady right now, who's in P4. Let's see, Cap, will he go for the big yeet? Massa goes for the big yeet, and he manages to get at least halfway there to the first place, but that final section with the final transfers is pretty butchered. So unfortunately for Massa, he's still around this, hovers around P7, P8, even P9, P10 as Link and Bren overtake him. Tialik taking the lead from Cap, Grenady in P3 and Mudda in P4. So maybe we might not have a clear-cut winner. And we might not have a clear-cut winner in another driver into the final 8th phase just yet, although Cap and Mudda have taken the top 2 spots right now. Grenady is remaining in close pursuit, and Yannick can actually try and catch up this time around and take advantage of a mistake that happened just right there with Mudda touching the outside of the dirt on the entry, and that's completely gone for Mudda. Meanwhile, Grenady taking the lead from Cap, Massa in P3, battling with Yannick for P3 as a matter of fact. And we're seeing again 2 non-finalist players in the lead right now, with Cap and Massa being trailed by Yannick and Grenady. Yannick though getting overtaken by Massa in second position. Coming to the identity now for the final time. Will Cap go for the big yeet, the Papu strat? Oh, and he fails. He tried to go for it. Massa goes for it, and he overtakes Grenady. Will he be able to keep that advantage, though? Oh, no. The final jump is poor from Massa, and Grenady moves to finalist. Massa finishes in P2, Link in P3, Mudda finishes in 4th place. The Wheelman can make it to the next stage. Massa was looking so good, but again, those final 2 transfers are really proving super tough for the Berlin International Gaming player right now. So we'll have to see how it goes. And we're already at the stage where we have 6 players in finalist status, with these potentially getting into the final into the final 8th phase. So we have to see how this develops, as Matt makes an early mistake, so he's going to be out of the running for now. And we had a respawn from someone else. I think it was Super Karlouf. Yeah, it is indeed the 2006 World Champion that respawned early. Massa, Mudda, and Brent 1, 2, 3. Although Default, Evan, and Link are looking to split them apart, with Grenady having had a bit of a rocky start compared to the rest of his peers, and he's 6/10 down on our leader, which is Massa right now. Coming up to the dirt. Everybody managing to keep it off the wall, nice and clean. Coming up to the perspective of Evan, coming to the double dip jump. First dip. Oh no, Evan clipped the end. He managed to clear. He managed to get a bounce from the front wheels and managed to save it, not having to respawn at the checkpoint. That's... that is some 5-head safe strat right there. That will mean he's done in P9 though. As we're heading to the identity with Default in P2, Massa is in the lead. He knows he can potentially save it, although he's going for the yeet apparently. Going for a pretty low line, but look at Brad, he executes it way better and moves up to P2 compared to Default, although that final transition cost him a bit of time for compared to Default. So yeah, Default is up into P2, Cap and Brent 3rd and 4th. Massa still in the lead and pulling the gap to 6/10 compared to the Belgian from Team Otterworld in 2nd place. Meanwhile, the other finalists, Mudda and Grenady, are down in 11th and 12th with some pretty big mistakes from these players, so they're completely out of the running. Evan in P8, as we said, with that pretty lucky escape. I was fully expecting a full stopping before the on the roadblock, but no, he managed to get the lucky bounce. Massa, Default, Bren, and Cap. Still your top 4 at the moment. Link in the top 5 a little bit, later behind. Onto the double dip jump. No big slowdown at the landing. Still, the standings remain the same, but now we are having a battle for 3rd place between Bren and Cap, with Default also losing time, making this potentially a battle for 2nd position. Now, Massa has just the identity to go. Let's focus on Dennis Lutze from Germany. Going really low. He's going full risk again. Going all or nothing, but will that cost him again? Default having a really good exit out of there, but no, it will be Massa winning and moving through to the next phase. He's our 3rd man entered into the final 8th phase. Default finishing in P2, Brent and Link in 3rd and 4th, Evan in P5, and Cap with a mistake at the end has not managed to finish through the identity. So yeah, 3 drivers entered for the final 8 so far, with Scrappy, Massa, and Tween through to the next phase, and 5 spots left to take before we get to decide the running positions for the final 16. So after the start, Riolu having taken the whole shot after CP1, but the other world drivers are trying to get into Riot and trying to take the top spots, with Dark having taken the lead. Cap has made a mistake, Mada made a mistake as well, so that's 2 finalists already down the drain for the lead. Meanwhile, Evon tries to keep the TMGL honors upheld and tries to get up into the lead ahead of Dark right now. Riolu also with Evon, and we also see Bren joining the TMGL gang right now, trying to dislodge Dark from first place, heading into the double dip jump. Link, he's just behind them in 5th place. Look at this. Grenady in P6 behind him, as we can see. Oh no, Riolu doesn't have enough speed. That's an F for Burim right here. Dark having a really slow exit speed, so Eva moves up into 1st place. That could be the run he needs to get himself into the final 8. Remember, he might not have the tag on his head. Oh, was that a finalist that failed? Brent failed. He completely died. Full stop picking after before the transition. Evon has taken the lead from Dark and Dofalt in 2nd and 3rd. He's the only TMGL player ahead of those old GL players, and Dofalt trying to go for the lead for Big Yeet, and Evon make the mistake. Dofalt heads into the final lap in the lead. Evon is down quite significantly. Look at all this finalist players down in the bottom 8. Mada, Grenady, Cap, and Evon are down at the bottom 8. Bren in P7, but we might have another finalist, and this is where we're gonna have some hearts being broken here. Dofalt leading from Link by around 0.2 of a second, and Super Carlouf in 3rd place, a little bit further behind than he would like to be. Following the perspective of the 2006 World Champion player for Cosmic Esports. Currently looking to try and catch back up to his fellow compatriot Link in 2nd place. Dofalt still holding the lead by around 3.5 of a second, coming to the double dip jump. There we go. Oh, a bit of a slowdown maybe from Super Carlouf. That will allow Yannick to move through to 3rd place. Yannick in P5 has a bit of a rocky time as well. And his teammate Dark sees that. Potentially the opportunity to move up into P5. As we're coming to the identity right now for both Dofalt and Link in the lead. Yannick's up into P3. Will Link be able to get more speed than Dofalt? He's able to catch him back out slowly but surely. It's going to be up to the final jump to the side. And Link snipes Dofalt at the line for 1/100th of a second and moves through to finalist status himself. Dofalt in P2, Yannick's in 3rd place. Super Carlouf and Yannick complete your top 5. Pretty big yoink from Link right here. That was really cool to see that being pulled off by the Team Exalty player from France. As we're heading onto his very own map, he's going to be playing on home ground here. We're playing on Circles. Allez, Link. Ah, maybe Linkov can get some support here. Hope you didn't miss too much. You missed the time attack, and you missed Scrappy basically going off to take a power nap and fucking up the server, and you missed Tween and Massa going through to the next phase. But that's okay. We're playing until all 16 positions are decided, so we're gonna be here forever. So, start of Circles by Link. Riolu taking the lead early on, although Mada takes the whole shot for CP1 with a 12.608. Brennan Link in 2nd and 3rd. Heading into the 2nd ice part right now from the perspective of Linkoof. Mada in the lead. Link had a pretty sluggish exit. Not really the nicest exit out of the ice part right here. Already 3 players entered into the final 8 Mayhem, and 5 players are left to take, and there are more than 5 finalists, so there's going to be some hearts broken. You don't see it, but Evon was in finalist status before his server restart that pretty much cucked him, but Softy acknowledges that he is indeed in finalist status, and if he wins a round, he will be in the next phase. Mada in the lead at the moment. Heading into the transfer for the first time. Evon a small clip, but that's okay. That does not cost him too much time. Evon carrying more speed than Mada? Not quite. Mada managing to get a bit more speed than Evon at the final transfer, coming into the final lap with a 1:16.981 as the early benchmark for ultimate pace on lap number 1. Lap 2 underway with Mada pulling away from Evon by 2.5 tenths of a second. Link in third and Bren in fourth. Riolu, Super Kalouf, Matt and Cap complete your top 8 with Grenady in P9. Following the perspective of Link again, sitting in third place, sandwiching Evon in between himself and Mara, a TMGL player sandwich between two OGL players. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Mayhem. That we're playing until all positions are decided. So yeah. End of the second lap for Mara, who is in the lead. Evon having a bit of a slow exit from that grass section, although he retains second place for now. Coming into the identity now. Correction from Evon to try and stabilize the car through the transfers. Yeah, it's going to be a long night, indeed. Coming through the perspective of the Polish driver, and Mara will get himself into the final 8. 4 spots left to take. Evon in second place, Bren in third, Link and Riolu fourth and fifth. Not leaving a comfy position, thank. Pizza dead already. Oh, that's sad to get the piss that's dead. Mara and TMGL confirmed. Yeah, Mara is looking super strong right now. So, second round on circles by Link. Let's actually see. Evon having made a super slow start at the first 2 corners. So he's down in last place already, with Dark having taken the reins of this race. But Grenady is hot on his heels, as is the another finalist, which is Link, who takes the lead over from his fellow compatriot with Chalek in P3. A French 1-2-3 right now for the French contingent of OGL players. Currently, Link is the leader of this race, currently the only finalist to lead the race, the only finalist in the top 5 as a matter of fact, with Bren and Grenady in 6th and 7th. Link trying to fend off the attacks of both Riolu and Dark. Coming to the identity for the first time now. Yeah, Evon already has a win. Indeed. Identity coming up, Link getting a good transfer, Dark as well, Riolu as well, so the positions remain that way. Bren up into the top 5, as is Grenady, so we might see a few changes coming that way, although Dark might have more speed than Link. Will he yoink the first place at the finish line? No. Link keeps that first place, although at the finish line, but Dark is able to yoink it before the ice part, but that slow exit from Dark would not help matters, and it will allow Link to pull a gap of a 10.5 to his fellow competitor in second place, and Bren up into third place, battling with Riolu for third actually, and Grenady in P5 battling with Bren, so it's still pretty tight for the top 5 positions. And who gets to get in final status, or who gets to move through the next phase of the tournament? Evon up into P9 after that early mistake. He's 1.4 seconds down on Link, the current leader. Bren has made a mistake as well, so he's down 1 second in P7 at the moment. Link is in P1. Riolu second, Dark in third, and Grenady in P4. Coming up to the identity for the second time in this run of circles by Link. Link having a pretty safe buffer of 4/10 of a second over Dark. Riolu in third place, Grenady in P4, and Link should have this in the bag. Yes, he has. He will move through to the final 8. 5th player entered in the final 8 is Link. Scrappy between Masa, Mara, and Link are entered now, and 3 places are left up for grabs. With 4 finalists to decide, 4 finalists and 4 potential contenders to move through to the final 8. Cap, Bren, Grenady, and Evon. Start of the third and final round of this initial rotation of circles. Get yourself the GGs for Link, who indeed deserved that. Default made a clip on the inside, so he's down in last place already. Yannick's up into P10. Meanwhile, Riolu fighting for the lead against Evon and Bren, 2 finalists battling with each other for the lead alongside Dark and Matt as well, trying to play the troublemaker. Grenady and Cap also trying to come back now. Waiting for Carl now. Well, Carl might be a bit of a long shot here, Dedejo, unfortunately. If Grenady does well, it seems it still might pick him up. So yeah, I think he should indeed continue to push. I know, but I don't know if it's going to be really well and truly happen. We're going to have to see how this goes. Link is through to the final 8, and basically Carl needs to go through to the final 8 as well if he wants to keep his chances. Otherwise, it's going to be Link who gets promoted early. Identity first time. Evon takes the lead in front of Cap and Bren. Grenady in P4, Riolu in 5th position. And so far, Evon leads the race into the final lap with Bren overtaking him before the ice part. Will he be able to keep that? He's able to keep it barely for less than 2/100ths of a second. Cap in P3, Grenady in P4. 4 finalists in the top 4, ladies and gentlemen. This is incredibly tense right now. There are 3 spots up for grabs, remember. Evon basically just needs to win this one if he wants to continue into the top 8, into the final 8. Yes, indeed, Link has a 1-point advantage over Carl and Cap, so Carl definitely needs to get his act together if he wants to get into the top 8. Meanwhile, battle for the lead between Bren and Evon. Bren with an insider, much better inside line, but more speed potentially for Evon, allowing him to get the lead back from the Frenchman, going really close to the wall again before the Identity, less than 1/10 of a second between the two. Coming to the Identity for the final time on this early rotation of circles. First transfer, a bit sluggish from Evon, but still keeping the lead. Will Bren be able to make it? And apparently Bren will be able to retain the lead from Evon, sniping him at the line, and he will be your 6th player entered in the final phase. Bren, after a horrendous first day, he had a really good result in time attack. Let me actually get the sheet here. Bren finished in 3rd place in time attack before, and now he moves on to the next stage of the final game mode. Only 2 spots left to continue the competition. Yeah, Twitch payout's been reached officially. Well, since Hofi has subbed, we mentioned refreshal for Twitch payout. That's gone. Would be fair considering that he also does great in the combined and OGL in general. But I think his name is still not big enough nowadays. Well, if you acknowledge it, I still think you could rely on the history of the game. So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how this goes. Oh, Chalik, that's a huge F from Chalik here, who decided to, I think, retire. Yeah, he is DNF. So Chalik is gone. Meanwhile, at the start of this round, Riolu and Cap first and second, although Cap is fading a little bit away. Yannick's taking the lead. Evon in second place. Super Kaluf in P3 with Dofalt in P4. Oh, Dofalt touching the inside wall. That's done for Dofalt. Oh, Matt as well. So Dark is way down. Dofalt is way down. All the Alter World drivers are completely gone. So yeah, Riolu, the only one potentially remotely close to the 5-man fight right now, with Yannick holding off Evon in Super Karlouf at the moment. Evon just needs 1 win. He just needs to win 1 round to move through to the next phase. Yannick needs to get final status up first, as does Super Karlouf. Grenady and Cap have the luxury of just winning 1 round, just like Evon. So it will be interesting to see how how everyone fares in this round. Meanwhile, at the exit of the Identity, it looks like Evon has taken the lead of the race and will be heading into the final lap of this round into the lead with a time of 1:19.357 to start off as a benchmark on Starglide, with Super Kaluf trying to catch back up to Evon in first position. Currently, the Frenchman holding himself 2/10ths away from Evon in first place. Grenady in P3 trying to keep tabs on that battle for first place that could potentially unfold in the final sectors of the map. Cap has been overtaken by Riolu for P4. Cap has made huge mistakes, so he's down quite significantly on his targets. And Carl touches the wall. He manages to clear the jump, but that means that Evon should have clear road ahead of him, unless Grenady is able to make him give him a run for his money and deny him that final 8 spot. They both need just 1 win to go through to the next phase of the tournament. Final reactor boost crossings. First one, nicely done. Second jump. Let's see. And it seems to be good for Evon. Now the third one, it's easy to go a bit too deep on this one. Evan's got it. He might have a bit of a slower exit compared to Grenady, but with the gaps that have developed, it doesn't matter. Evan will be your 7th player in the final 8 phase. There's now one last spot to take. Evan with a 1:15.390. One last spot. Grenady and Cap. Evan has retired knowing that he is in finalist state, and he was in finalist status before, so he will be entered in that final race. Oh, Matt's being already dead. Grenady also having made a huge mistake already, so not everything is done. Let's actually see where Super Carlouf is currently sitting in P6. Cap and Dofalt in 1st and 2nd with Yannick's in P3. Heading into the platform jump, Cap taking the lead over Dofalt. Dark and Super Carlouf in 3rd and 4th, Yannick's and Riolu in 5th and 6th, Chalik in P7 towards the tail end of the field. Grenady and Matt having made mistakes already, they're completely gone. Heading into the identity for the first time, coming from the perspective of Cap, he made a mistake, slowing down too much, and Super Carlouf takes the lead! The 2006 World Champion takes the lead, Dark just following him right now through the identity. Riolu in P3, an unexpected top 3 right now, with the finalists completely dead in the water. Oh, Dark touching the ring. It's done for Dark right here. Carl is well ahead of Chalik by around half a second, and Chalik makes a mistake as well. Yannick moves through to P2, and the gap is up to 1.25 seconds between 1st and 2nd. Carl heads into the final lap of this round, into the lead, and Yannick touches. Now it's Kat that can potentially deny Super Carlouf. Oh my goodness, the shenanigans on start line on lap 1. Name something that could be even more Keg W worthy than that. But yes, Super Carlouf 1.5 seconds ahead of Cap. He could potentially make it into the final 8 after all if he wins back-to-back rounds. Easiest round. Wait, there's still the identity to go. Remember what can happen in the identity with the final crossing, Witty. We've seen many people do it. Super Carlouf is not safe from doing that same mistake again. Or we could see a mistake a la Cav, dropping a bit too much speed to the freewheel. No, this time it's pretty nicely done. Following the perspective of Cap, he just needs to win this one. He needs to basically catch up to Super Carlouf and win it. Meanwhile, Carl has to safe it to the finish. He drops quite significantly in terms of time compared to Cap. Cap has got a much faster exit from there. Will he be able to overtake? No, he touches the wall, and Carl will move through the finalist status, ladies and gentlemen. Carl is finalist, 4 finalists, 1 seat. Oh, 3 finalists, 1 seat, sorry. Carl, Grenady, and Super Carlouf are up next. Evan having retired already. 3-way fight for 1 final spot in the final 8. Chalik touching a little bit on the inside, but that's okay. The group, the top 8 still remaining really nicely grouped together. Going back to the helicam, you can see everybody is within the same shot, the same close shot, although Matt has made a bit of a mistake, dropping a bit too much speed, so he's out of that top 7 fight right now. Super Carlouf and Grenady battling for the lead right now with Riolu as one of the referees alongside Chalik and Dark. The wheel player from Germany could potentially try to deny Carl a spot in TMG for surefire spot in team surefire chance to fight for a spot in TMGL before alongside Link. Grenady taking the lead of the race. Chalik and Riolu 2nd and 3rd. Super Carlouf trying to take much more speed into the freewheel. Coming onto the perspective of Yannick's through the identity. Yannick's taking the lead, but Riolu with more speed comes back at him. Where is Super Carlouf? Super Carlouf is quite a fair bit down, but as long as one of the someone from not finalists can actually deny any finalists from finishing, he can still keep the dream alive. Heading into the final lap right now with Cap and Grenady in 1st and 2nd. 3rd place for Dark right now with Yannick's in P4, a little bit further behind he would like to be. Dark with the pinball, and that's going to leave the top 2 finalists to battle with one another with Yannick's just a distant 3rd. Carl is up into P4. Car trying to catch back up at least to Yannick's in 3rd place. Are there any mistakes coming on from the top 2? It doesn't seem like it. It seems as though Cap and Grenady are going to be battling super hard. They're not giving themselves an edge. Currently, Cap has the advantage. Yannick's potentially trying to split the 2 finalists, or maybe even trying to battle for even more than 2nd place right now. Cap and Grenady still 1st and 2nd. Yannick's in 3rd. Car trying to take too much speed. He's forced to slow down below 120 kilometers an hour at the entry to the Identity. 2nd, crossing through the reactor boost. Yannick's nearly going too far. Cap going too far. He's going to be landing a little bit closely. Grenady will snipe him. And, ladies and gentlemen, Grenady from Germany, the wheel player, in the final 8. Grenady the mad lad. And that seals the fate of that 2nd place. Of that 2nd automatic spot. Link and Mudda are automatically promoted into the TrackMania Grand League.